Sometimes the best days to cook are the rainy ones. The sound, the smell, it all just feels like fall. Today, we're keeping it simple and sweet with our version of pumpkin French toast. Welcome to Casa Oregel. Let's get started with our pumpkin whipped cream. We're going to start off with a cold stainless steel bowl, some heavy whipping cream, granulated sugar, and vanilla extract. We're going to grab our handheld mixer and mix these ingredients well until you see peaks in the cream. Alright, and there you can see the little peaks, which means it's perfectly done. Next, we're going to add our pumpkin spice and our pumpkin puree. You can fold this over with a spatula if you'd like, but I prefer the hand mixer. We're going to go ahead and mix this until all the ingredients are fully incorporated and you see a nice uniform color throughout the whipped cream. Okay, now that this is done, we're going to go ahead and wrap it, put it in the fridge to firm up a bit. Now we'll get started on the egg wash. So we're going to use heavy whipping cream, 2 large eggs, vanilla extract, pumpkin spice, and 2 pinches of salt to cut through the sweetness. Now you can use a hand mixer for this, but we're going to go old school and just whip it with the fork. Alright, now that everything's fully mixed together, we're going to set this aside and grab the bread. And today's bread of choice is challah bread. I've heard really good things about this, so I thought I'd give it a try. Now that we have our burner set up, we are going to turn it on and set it to medium-high heat to heat up our stainless steel pan. And now the water test. It's not hot quite just yet. We don't want it to fully evaporate like that. What you want is the water to beat up, and you should be able to swirl it around the pan without hearing it sizzle. Let's try it again. Alright, it's almost there. You can see it beating up here, but you saw it sizzle in the middle, so it's almost there. Alright, one last time, and it looks like it's hot enough. So this is what I meant. You'll see them slowly join together. There we go. It's creating one big bead. Now that means the pan is hot enough. So what we have to do is make sure we wipe all of this water off before adding our oil. I'm going to lower it to the cooking heat, and we're going to be using grapeseed oil today. Just like that. Now we need to let this oil heat up, so we're going to move it around the pan. Next, we're going to add some salted butter, and while we let that melt down, we're going to grab our challah bread and dip it in the egg wash. Around. Let's move the butter around a little bit so it can melt a little better. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and throw it on the pan. We'll add our second slice. Now let's set this one in the pan. Second slice in the pan. We're going to let that cook for a few minutes until golden brown on each side. We can always flip it back over and let it crisp up. Let's check this side. Same as the first side, but we'll let that first side crisp up a bit. Now let's check this one. That's perfect. That's what you want. Now let's check the second side. Both perfectly cooked. See those crisp edges? That's what we want. All right, let's go ahead and remove this one. This one's ready as well. And let's get some more on it. I added another stick of butter. Now let's make room for the other 2 slices. Let's flip these over. Let those soak a bit. Here's one. 2. Look at that sizzle. All right, let's go ahead and plate these. There's 1 and 2. Now the pumpkin whipped cream. And last but not least, the dulce de leche.